Yo, what's up guys? Welcome back to a brand new video. Now today we're going to talk about very hot weed stocks that you guys can buy. A lot of these are penny stocks, and the point is that you guys can make a lot of money because there's a very hot sector right now, and all of these can move like Tilray, which is up an insane amount. So let's get into this video. Let's go. And guys, just before the video starts, I quickly want to say make sure to join the Discord. Link is in the description. It is a growing community that helps you guys find the best stocks and learn, and you can talk amongst each other to just pretty much find the best stocks and grow and make some money. Absolutely free. All you have to do is click the link and join and start making that money, and I hope to see you there. And guys, as always, I am not a financial advisor. Anything you buy and sell is at your own risk. And also, make sure to leave a like and subscribe to the channel because the best stock picks happen here. Everything I mentioned runs up, so let's go. And guys, at number one, we have one of the most solid ones in this list, Aurora Cannabis, ticker symbol ACB. Now, this is a good stock just because it's steadily growing. I mean, it was at $4 not too long ago, and now it's just steadily climbing. I love seeing stocks like this because, you know, it's gonna be a good growth. I hate seeing stocks like that it's like their 6 months chart just on Google is just a straight line, and then it's just a giant like parabolic pole that's just like huge, and then people are like, when should I buy in? Like, you shouldn't buy in. I mean, it's unnatural, but this is a good steady growth. But yeah, it's good. It's a Canadian licensed cannabis producer, and it's in the New York Stock Exchange, and it has operations in 25 countries. And guys, the good thing about this stock, the really good thing about this stock is that if you look at the 5-year chart, I mean, this was a over $100 stock. I mean, come on guys. With the Biden and Harris administration, I mean, if this really goes and everything gets legalized for like medical and like just normal use, I mean, this could pass all-time highs for sure. Very undervalued right now, I feel like, just because, I mean, look at that. Like, look at that. $100 to freaking a penny stock. And also, this is a very shorted stock, so at any point, this could just squeeze, and just go all-time highs. And yeah, let's go on to the charting. I actually did this charting a long time ago, actually. I didn't know it's here. But yeah, this is, as you can see, this is just a huge support level now because it was just a huge resistance. I mean, it bounced off here, came back. I wouldn't really count this just because it spiked up, but came back down again. Touched this area again, back down, did it 2 or 3 more times. So now if it ever comes down to a $13 area, you guys know it is a great buying signal to buy because it's gonna go up way higher than 13. Guys, and as honorable mentions, I'm quickly gonna talk about this. I'm not even gonna I just want to put the idea out to you guys. I've made so many videos on these two, SNDL and INQD, Indoor Harvest and Sundial Growers. These are companies. These are very cheap versions of all the companies I'm going to talk about. So if you really want, if you're low on money, if you're low on capital, buy into these because it's very cheap and you might see some good returns. Next up, we have Afria Inc., pharmaceutical company to do with cannabis, and this is actually on a dip today. It dipped down to $23. So if you were really paying attention to all these weed stocks, you should have gotten in any of these dips because I think it's a solid growth company, because I do think it's going to go up on a huge pullback though. Just wait even to more of a pullback just because it's very high. It's also pretty consistent growth. It's been steadily growing, and then suddenly once this whole like weed stock cannabis sector, it's super hot right now, started blowing up. So just wait for a pullback, but today this was a pretty good pullback right here. I mean, $22.71. That was a huge pullback buying opportunity right there. I think this is one of the most safer one on this list just because it's very steady, lot of good volume, very solid. I mean, this is one of the biggest cannabis companies in the world, and I'm pretty sure they're only in Canada right now. So if they tap into the US markets, I mean, if they go into like other countries, more countries, it's just gonna even be bigger news, bigger stock. Honestly, I think this is a little bit undervalued. I think once it does get bigger and it reaches into more countries and just becomes more known, I think this is a for sure over $100 stock. I mean, maybe even this year, who knows. So yeah, do your own research, but let's get into the technical analysis here a little bit. As you can see, it's very high, and this area right here, just by looking at it, it's just huge consolidation, this whole area right here. So I don't see it going back to the 12s, but if by some bizarre case it does, it is a huge buying opportunity. And also right here, this area, before it really rocketed, it was just like trading sideways right here. So this area is also good, the high $17 areas. If it does get back to here, just buy because it's going to be a huge opportunity. Next up, we have 22nd Century Group, ticker symbol XXII. Now this is a leading plant biotech company focused on technologies that alter the level of nicotine in tobacco plants and the level of cannabinoids in hemp/cannabis plants through genetic engineering, gene editing, and modern plant breeding. So this is pretty much just trying to make weed and tobacco as safe as possible, which is, I think, is a huge market to get into already. So imagine trying to make this healthy. I think it's just huge, and it's very undervalued because it's sitting only at $3.50. It actually dipped today, huge. So if you guys were paying attention to a lot of weed stocks, this would have been a good time to buy. I mean, you can see what their website, you can see what they have plans. They actually came out at 10 a.m. Eastern time. I'm recording this at 11 a.m. Eastern time. They actually, an hour ago, they came out with an article, and it says 22nd Century Group and Keygene launch advanced cannabis technology platform for accelerated development of new varieties of hemp/cannabis plants with commercially valuable traits. So I mean, that's huge. They're partnering with this company to make an advanced cannabis technology platform. I mean, that's only good news. And of course, with the goal that they have in mind in this company, I do see them growing as well as all these other weed stocks. So if you have low capital, invest into the solid ones that are small and are very undervalued, which is this. So yeah, looking over at the chart, I could just already see a huge support area just right here, just because price does not want to go anywhere lower than $2. And also right here was a huge support or resistance, which now could be used as a support. And this one's actually very, very, very strong just because it bounced off right here, as you can see, and it was a huge support on all these areas. So if it ever comes down to the low threes, I think it's a huge buy for you. And if it dips even more, then $2 is another huge buy. But on all of these guys, make sure you are buying on the dip and not on the rip. And last one is Hexo. This is one of my favorites just because another one that's steadily growing and I really like it. It's just been going on. I remember actually investing into this company a long time ago when it was super cheap, and I actually made some good returns, and I sold it, and now look at it. It's at $10 and still growing. I mean, this is unreal. It's just pretty steadily growing. You can see bounces off, dips, and keeps going up and up and up, and it's gonna keep going up and up and up. So yeah, this company actually targets or like markets themselves as the future of cannabis, trusted, innovative, and visionary. I like this just because the charts, the way it looks, it's like no straight pump. Obviously just now, like everything, all these weed stocks are very pumped just because everybody's buying into them because of what Tilray did, the news that came out with them partnering in the UK. But I think out of a lot of these, this one is definitely one of the most undervalued and like underdiscovered steady stocks that you could find. A very solid one in the cannabis industry just because nobody really knows about it. Everybody's focused on a lot of these other ones, and this one's steadily growing and it's good. Also, this was this kind of still is a very shorted stock, so now it's just squeezing a little bit, so that's even better. So make sure you get in on a dip because I do see the stock going up. I mean, just by the looks of it, this whole area right here could be used as a good support. If it does ever reach this like $7 area, I'd buy in just because price tried to go up, rejected it, came up, consolidated for a little bit before finally breaking through. So if it ever does reach this whole $7 area, I'd start averaging in and buying in. And yeah, guys, those are all my stock picks. These are like pretty much like 7, I think I mentioned, if you really count all the honorable mention ones. 7 good penny stocks, solid penny stocks, weed stocks, cannabis stocks that you could buy in. Instead of buying for these big Tilray ones, these CGC, don't buy into those. Buy into the cheaper ones that are still gonna grow just because the bigger ones are growing. That is a good strat. Let me know if you guys have any questions. Put them in the comments. Make sure to join the Discord because I always talk about all these companies before making the video so you can get in earlier and make more money. And also like and subscribe. I'll see you guys in another video. Thank you so much for watching. Peace.